Hello everyone, this is Diane. I am hard at work on the medieval journal. This one is much smaller than the Renaissance one that I just sold. Thank you very much. It's going to Germany, which is exciting. This one is 5 inches by 7 3/4. So it's a cute little journal. I just can't use some of the large images that I've cut out of books, but I will save them for another time. This is the journal cover, the book cover. Isn't it beautiful? Marietta, a maid of Venice. And I kept the original spine, which isn't as big. I made a 2.5-inch spine for the Renaissance journal because I stuffed it so full. So this one I have to be more careful. You can see I've got pages in there. They're not sewn in yet, but it's already about as full as I want it, but I still have to put some things in it. So it's going to be a little bit gapy, but that's okay. And there's the back. It's a ridged kind of a surface. So I added some Florentine paper to the end papers, and this pretty fabric I thought went really well. I just had one strip of this fabric. It was a long strip. This is what I have left. So it was just the right size width-wise. I just had to trim a little bit, but I thought it was really great, this pattern. And this is a digital, and this is a Mrs. Coggs image that I made into a pocket. That's what I've done to the cover so far. And we're going to just do some work on the signatures. I've added lace and a tab in each signature. And I've added some of the pockets. Remember, we made some of the elements in for the Renaissance journal, and I made duplicate or similar images for this journal. So I've added, I think, all of those pieces that I wanted to add. I just added this, so I'm going to find a card. I've got my pieces divided up into things that will be like journaling cards and little pieces that I can add. These are things that I really want to add, but obviously I can't add that many. And I've got these shields that came out of my book about knights in the medieval period. I can use those if I want. I've got some borders over here and some little bits of Florentine paper and my stamps that I want to use. So for here, I want to find a small tag. That might be in this pile. Yeah, something like this, if it's not too tall. I don't want it to tip out. This looks medieval. Maybe I'll put her behind it. I don't know. I want these two to go in, but they could go... I'm going to save those out, and if I don't have another place to put them, I'll make sure they get in the book. So let's look for something a little more colorful. Maybe this envelope I could tuck in here. I made that envelope with my Florentine paper, and I'll have to make a card to put in there. So that just adds a little color, because this is all brown, and this is black and white, and this is gold. It's shiny, but it doesn't have a lot of color. So let's just put a little pop in there. And I could put this at the top. This is the introduction to the book. Medieval world. See if one of Lorna's, I have these scraps from Lorna's paper. These are the pages that I cut to be pages in here. Don't know if that's what I want. Here's another scrap. Maybe I'll back it with that red. This is one of the book pages. So I'll glue that on there, and then I'll cut that with my paper cutter so it'll be straight. This is the week of Thanksgiving. This is Tuesday. So I'm trying to get this video made before I have to go out and run some errands. And tomorrow I'll be busy baking. My son-in-law is cooking. My daughter has to work, so we're eating in the afternoon. And my son-in-law is going to do the cooking. But I am making the stuffing and some dessert. So I'm making pumpkin roll and a chocolate meringue pie. And I guess I'm making the deviled eggs too. I forgot that I was doing that. It's a good thing I made a note of it in my planner. I didn't grow up having deviled eggs with Thanksgiving dinner. But that's what she wants, so that's what we're doing. Maybe Justin, her husband, maybe he grew up having deviled eggs as part of a Thanksgiving meal. The in-laws bring in their own traditions. My daughter-in-law and her dad always made rice balls together. She's not a cook. She doesn't. My son is a cook. Her husband, my son, is a cook, and so he does the cooking at home too. But the one thing she does cook is she helps her dad make rice balls for all the holidays: Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So that will be a part of our Thanksgiving table, I'm sure. I don't even know what's in rice balls. I don't eat them. And I will back this with something to journal on. But that looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, and I've done the stenciling. So what I have here are the pieces that I want to make sure I include. I've got little cutouts and little tags and embellishments. I've got a few postage stamps. So I'm just looking through basically now to add things to the pockets and to add some stamping or these little embellishments. I think I'll put that little, oh, that's glued right in there. Add this little medieval couple here. I already glued that in, obviously. Let's do a stamp here. I'm not doing a lot of stamping because I'd rather use some of these images that I've cut out. But I do have these little stamps that I think are good for the medieval style. This is Joan of Arc's coat of arms. I had a rather busy day yesterday, not doing what I had planned, which was being in here and cleaning my house. I am behind on housework again. But it happens when you're busy. So my daughter-in-law, or my daughter, texted me in the morning while I was in here, just getting started in here, and asked if I wanted to go to the coffee shop with her, the one that my son manages. It's their second week being open, and they have excellent, my daughter and I do not drink coffee, but they have excellent hot chocolate. They make it with milk. They have cocoa bombs too. So I had one cocoa bomb at a taste testing before the shop was open, and it was fantastic. I had dark chocolate raspberry. But I've gone a couple times since they opened, and I just get hot chocolate, just regular plain hot chocolate, which is delicious. So I don't have a problem just getting the plain hot chocolate. So anyway, she wanted to know if I wanted to go there with her, so I said yes. So we went there, we got to see my son, and we enjoyed our cocoa. We went to the little gift shop that's right next door that I've never been into, and I found a gift for my mother for Christmas. She always loves my purses. I'm just knocking things all over here. I'm just going to put this on the back for journaling. So they had tons and tons of different designs of Vera Bradley purses, which I can't afford Vera Bradley, but some of them were up to 50% off. Some were 30, some were 40, some were not on sale at all, but there were a lot of them that were, the whole collections. So I found one that I thought she would like, and it was 50% off. So I thought, I can do that. So I got my mom a Vera Bradley purse for Christmas. In addition to, I'm buying her one of the cocoa bombs that she can have at home. And some ribbon candy. She loves ribbon candy. No, I didn't buy ribbon candy. I bought peanut brittle. Last year I got her ribbon candy and peanut brittle and a book or something. Kind of hard to buy for your parents when they live in a small place, smaller than mine. They don't have room for stuff. And my mom's gluten-free. My dad's diabetic. But I always find something for him. So anyway, we did that, went to that little gift shop, and then we went to Walmart to get our groceries. And we each had one thing in our cart, and all of a sudden I said, oh my goodness, I have a doctor appointment in like 15 minutes. And we had her car. We didn't have time to go home for me to get my car and let her get on her way. She drove me to my appointment. It was just a podiatry appointment. She drove me there, and she sat in the parking lot and waited for me. Bless her heart. And then after my appointment, we went back to Walmart to finish our shopping. We paid for the one thing we had in our cart the first time. We got our groceries, and by then it was afternoon, so I like that stamp. So we went to Wendy's for lunch. I think I'll put him here. I could make it a tuck spot. So I'm going to go grab a piece of acetate. Sorry, I had some pieces that were already cut and I thought I knew where they were. but I didn't, so I just grabbed the whole box of them. These are Transparencies I got at a thrift store. I'm going to glue him on. I'm going to cut this part off and glue him on and then cut it to fit. I should probably cut it to fit the page first. The page is 4.5 inches, so I'll cut it 4 1/4. And I'm going to lay this on so I know I get the right depth of the pocket. Can't pick anything up. Okay, that's about the right width and the right depth. Okay. So you know, if I add pockets, oh, I had 2 pieces together. Okay. If I add pockets, that means I'll add a card in the pocket, and that means it's gonna add some bulk to the... I was cutting this out and I started cutting along that line because this color was on a cream colored background, and what are you doing? You're cutting his heart out. But it's going to be glued down, so it'll be fine. See, I can't pick anything up. Make sure I have it oriented the right way. I got some glue on the acetate. This is a dry one. And I will just glue that down. See if this art glitter glue will hold the acetate. I think it'll dry clear. I hope it does. So these ladies could be tucked in there. I like that. But I'll let them dry. Or let the pocket dry, I mean. Okay. That was fun, adding that little pocket. I like it. I have a fabric flip here, and I added a piece of ledger where there was some text. And I like that just to be the center of the signature. I could leave the text there, but it provides an opportunity to add another of the images that I'm loving. Can leave the word castle up there. I don't think I'll make that a pocket. I'm just going to glue it on. It'll be a pretty image. So the coffee shop is doing great. They had, Billy, my son said, they had new customers on. I think it was the third day I was talking to him, and he said we had quite a few. Most of the people that came in were new. And he said we had a few of our regulars in the beginning. This was day 3, and I said, "You have regulars already?" And he said, "We had regulars on day 1." So that's just awesome. People have been waiting for this place to open, because it took them months and months, like maybe more than a year. I don't remember how long ago they bought the building and started working on it. But it's a 3-story building. I've said that before. It takes a lot of work, but it's gorgeous. Tin ceilings. I like this. It's a Woman's Home Companion magazine cover of a lady placing a laurel wreath on the knight. He's must be the winner at jousting. So I think I'll just put that right there. Could I do something else? Add some lace down there, some sort of a trim. Got a few things to look at. Maybe this yellowish trim. Could just add a little bit of an accent without adding a lot of bulk and without being too obtrusive. I think that adds just enough texture. I feel like the sun went behind the clouds. All of a sudden it seemed to get darker in here. And I guess I'll sew this, so I'm just going to paper clip this for now. And I will use my sewing machine later. I've got these 2 knights that are tilting from a dictionary, and I don't have the definition for it. It got torn, so I'm just going to cut out the knights. It does say tilt underneath it. I cut this out of the book and I folded it. I want to find a pocket to put it into. But it's a quite heavy paper, and so when it's folded it's pretty thick. But it's the Code of Chivalry. Don't you agree that that has to be in this book? It's got the feather, the plume on the side. I think it's really cool. And I left the back open because there's the knight on the back. I didn't put anything on there for journaling. So I'm going to have to make a pocket for that. I was wondering if it could go on the back cover. Let's see if it will fit in here. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it in there. But now let's get back to this. I got distracted, sorry. Okay, I've got some paper scraps I can use. Actually, yeah, I'll make it a teeny tiny pocket for a teeny tiny card. Look for one of these little border pieces that I cut out of a book. Like that. These borders were actually cut out of the Medieval Times book. Not Medieval Times as in the theater restaurant thing chain, but it was a book about the medieval era. Don't remember what it was called. I'll make a cute little pocket. Well, I've got these circles too that I want to use. And these little ones. But I need a little card to go in here. Just so much to use here. There's another dictionary picture. Let's see if any of the... I think there's a little Mrs. Coggs image. Well, I will look for that later, because I don't think I put it in this pile that I was going to use. But I can tuck that in, and then I'll look for another one that I can add to it. I could just tuck one of these in there. Yeah. So I'll back both of them with plain paper. These are the pockets with the tags that we made in a previous video. It's a narrow space here, so I need a narrow piece of ribbon or trim. I think this would fit, but I don't like the color with it. Maybe this gold one will fit. Oh, it's just too big. How about this? It matches the colors. Let's see if this looks better. Nope. I like this. I just wish there was a little bit of space. There is a tiny bit of space. Okay, we're going to go with this. This corner stamp on this page. Looks like a brick wall here, and there's this wood. That could be a beam or something. I'll just see if that looks good as a border here. Gonna cut that just a little shorter. Okay, I like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I was out of frame. I apologize. I was paying attention to what I was doing. That's what it looks like put together with the accompanying pages. That'll be a tuck spot. Maybe this card can go in there. Edward V, 1483. I'll just paper clip it on until that is dry. This is a image of a stained glass with a knight and a shield. Okay, so that signature is done unless I decide to go back and do some more. Take a look at this one. I'll find a card to go in there. That's a pretty nice fit. Don't know what is being depicted there. Looks Byzantine. But I'm going to put that there. Maybe I'll use this one instead, but I'll put them both in there as possibilities. Yes, I'll use some other stamps too. I like this one. I've had this a very long time and it's had a lot of use. Oh, it's very pale. Okay, we'll do something else. Here, I can put him on it. And I have a stamp here. Edwin Austin Abbey, it says. So is that an artist's name, or is it the name of an abbey? There's a building behind him, but it's really not focusing on the abbey, so I'm going to look it up and see if that is an artist. Look at these headdresses. padded roll worn over a hairnet, coils of hair enclosed in templars above each ear, and veil over horned headdress. Does it make you ask, what were they thinking? But then look at all the other fashions that have happened over the years. And even now, what are they thinking? But I have to include these ridiculous things, because they definitely evoke the medieval era when you see them. I think what I'll do is cut them all out and just place them there, but you don't have to watch me do that. I'm going to glue this one down. And I'll come back to it. That'll be a nice pocket. I had considered doing a third journal with this kind of a theme, but I need to move on to other things. My friend wants me to make a chicken journal, and I have other things to do, but I had started making a cover with that beautiful brocade thick fabric. I have to sew that, it's coming off, but I intended to sew around it anyway. And then someone had sent me portions of a dress, a sari dress, and so this is part of the bodice, I believe. It's got the lining, it's got a nice neat finish there, so I had to cut it to size, and I'll use the nice edge for the top of the pocket, and I zigzag the rest on, and that's all I've gotten done. So I'll put this away with these pieces. I could use it as a bohemian journal, but I'm not sure. But I just decided I don't have time to do a third journal. I'd like one that's oriented that way. Oh, I love this picture. Will it fit? I might have to trim a little, but I think I want to include that picture. Or this one. This one's narrower, and the colors are right with that. I'll just trim some off the top, because I like that with it. I think it is time for me to end this video and go run my errands and eat my lunch, and then hopefully get back in here and do some more work on this journal. So I hope you'll come back to see the finished product, because I think that will probably be the next video. I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing to finish these up, and put it all together and then invite you to come and see the finished product. I don't know when that will be, but shouldn't be long. I don't know if it'll be before Thanksgiving though. I don't think I want to post it on Thanksgiving because everybody hopefully will be busy with their families. I'm not going to be with my family till in the afternoon, but I'll be busy baking. So I think this is coming along very nicely. Let's see how it's fitting in our cover by now. Yep, not too bad. Yep, I think it's going to be a nice little journal. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you have a creative day today. Bye-bye.